Hey everyone, this is Sayla, and our podcast season has come to an end. Thank you all for listening, and now each of us will explain and conclude our topics we have discussed throughout. To conclude my episode, I discussed how Luca shows the themes of control, fear, and independence throughout Luca's relationship with his parents. Throughout the movie, Luca's parents try to keep him underwater because they're afraid of losing him. Even though their intentions come from a place of love, their control ends up limiting Luca and affecting how he sees himself in the world. Once Luca goes on land and meets Alberto, he finally gets the chance to explore and make his own choices and figure out who he is outside of his parents' expectations. This new freedom helps him grow more confident and independent. By the end of the film, Luca's decision to leave home and go to school shows how much he has changed and how he's ready to move forward on his own. Overall, the movie highlights how important it is to let go of fear and allow room for growth, even when it's difficult. Luca shows that stepping outside of what's familiar can lead to becoming a happier and more authentic version of yourself.
In my episode, I talked about the themes of death and mortality in the movie Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I talked about its general plot, how the wolf is a personification of death, and how Puss in Boots shows themes of mortality with the 8 lives he had lost. The wolf in the movie shows that death will eventually come to Puss in Boots, the fear of death, and how Puss in Boots overcame that fear. The wolf is after Puss in Boots because he did not cherish his other 8 lives, and in the end, Puss in Boots learns to cherish his last. These are great ways to show the themes of death and mortality, and important themes to both the plot of the movie and the people watching it.
To summarize, I discussed the views of the Vikings and what led to Stoic neglecting Hiccup and his overbearing control in DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon. Stoic did not treat Hiccup the best and even disowned him at some point. With his overbearing control, Stoic was disappointed and frustrated when Hiccup decided to go against him and caused him to disown him on the spot. As stated in the Parent-Child Communication article, children with less parent-child communication tend to have less confidence, which shows in Hiccup, who was constantly trying to prove himself to everyone and even to himself. Towards the end of the film, Stoic tried to redeem himself, but that was only after Hiccup had proved himself useful and almost died for it.
In conclusion, I talked of the examples of Mother Gothel's abusive tactics towards Rapunzel in Disney's Tangled. I talked of the almost gaslighting tactics throughout Mother Gothel's song Mother Knows Best, and as well as the main attraction of Rapunzel that drew Mother Gothel in, her hair. Mother Gothel seemed to only be around Rapunzel due to her hair and its huge and powerful effects that came with it. This I supported with the text, Pum Pump, on Tumblr 2018, which stated that, quote, "It is overly shown in the beginning of the film and supported by Mother Gothel's actions and attitude towards Rapunzel that the only reason Mother Gothel is a mother at all is for the benefit of Rapunzel's magical hair," end quote. As this text mentions, the audience could tell drastically by Mother Gothel's actions and attitude that she had toward Rapunzel were only because of her hair. This being either the reason Mother Gothel wouldn't allow Rapunzel out of the castle, wouldn't allow her to go see the lights, or just generally wouldn't let Rapunzel be curious about the world beyond her tower. The conclusion of my episode was to show you all the true mature themes that are actually all throughout Disney's Tangled. It was to show that the movie goes beyond just a child's film, but as well as a young adult film that could possibly connect any audience watching to an abusive relationship they may have in their day-to-day life. Now that we have concluded all our episodes and their themes, I would like to take a moment and thank all of you for listening. We hope to see you all again next time when we unwrap a whole new discovery.